Hello students, welcome back to our economics class. Today's class is from unit number 4, that is types of planning. It is from unit number 4, planning and Niti Aayog. Alright, we have discussed what is Niti Aayog, its functions, the objectives of Niti Aayog, and also we have discussed what is the organization structure of Niti Aayog. Then there was one more topic which we have studied, that is balanced regional development, and today's class is all about planning. Today's class is all about planning and various types of planning. So this is an important topic. It is like a buy one get one free offer. Okay, you might have observed, right? Buy one get one free. It is something like that. Like this can be asked as a 5 marks as well as it will be asked in 2 marks. Let us start. How many types of planning are visible on the board? There are nearly 5 types of planning. The first one, democratic versus authoritarian planning. The second one, perspective and annual planning, centralized and decentralized planning, planning under mixed economy, planning under capitalism. In the starting 3 points, I have just written democratic versus authoritarian, but in your notes you need to write it as democratic planning and authoritarian planning. I have not written planning, but you need to write in your notes democratic planning and authoritarian planning. Then perspective and annual planning, centralized planning and decentralized planning. Then remaining 2 are planning under mixed economy and planning under capitalism. Let us see the first one, democratic planning and authoritarian planning. Very important. It can be asked as a 2 marks question. So, under democratic planning, the state will control all means of production. Under democratic planning, the state will control all means of production, like whatever the stages are there in production. There are various stages before the manufacturing of the final product. Am I right or not? So who is having the authority to control the production? The state. Alright? The state is having control on all means of production. Then objectives and targets of the plan. Objectives and targets of what? Objectives and targets of the plans are fixed by considering the opinions of people. Now, for example, let us take elections. Under elections, what happens? All people will have their own opinion about who to elect as a so and so minister. So what people do? People are having the authority the people are having the authority to give a vote to their expected minister. Alright, so here the nation is giving a chance for the people to vote to any member whom you like and according to whom you deserve. So here I am not asking the opinion of one person and just electing he or she as a minister. Here I am keeping the views of all people in the nation and then I am electing a person. Like whenever elections are going on, we find in which area people have voted for so and so person. So finally, after all the elections, the final conclusion will be drawn by the government and will be said that many persons have given vote. Out of 100, nearly 95 persons have given vote to Narendra Modi. So Narendra Modi will be elected as a Prime Minister. Alright, in this manner, what we are doing here, the authority is given by considering the opinions of people. This is nothing but a democratic planning. The state will have control on all means of production. Objectives and targets of the plan are fixed by considering the opinions of people. Whereas coming to authoritarian planning, the entire economy is directed and controlled by the planning authority. That means here we are not having any authority to make a plan. Only the planning authority is having the power to direct as well as control the whole economy. Direct means saying these instructions like do's and don'ts. You can do these things, you should not do these things. That is nothing but the directions. Alright, and controlling authority is also given to only one person, that is planning authority. Is that clear? What is the difference between democratic and authoritarian planning? Under democratic planning, the opinions of all people will be considered, but here only and only state, the planning authority is having the controlling of all the entire economy. Here opinions of people, it is directed and controlled by only planning authority. Only one person, there are number of persons. Coming to second one, perspective planning and annual planning. Also very important for 2 marks. Long term planning. Perspective planning is also called as long term planning. Perspective planning is also known as long term planning for a period of 15 to 20 or 25 years duration. Perspective planning is also known as long term planning, a period of 15 to 20 or 25 years. Then this is normally split into short term plans of 3 to 5 years duration. Just keep 2 years in your mind, 15 to 20 and 25. Then next is 3 to 5 years. Long term plans of 15 to 25 years. Short term plans of 3 to 5 years. This is nothing but perspective planning. It ensures continuity in planning. That means in continuation the plans will be made without leaving any year. For example, a person will be elected for every 5 years. So till 5 years there must be a continuation. Alright. So what is perspective planning? It is a long term planning for a period of 15 to 20 or 25 years. It is normally split into short term plans of 3 to 5 years duration, and it ensures continuity in planning. Then what is annual planning? The term itself is saying annual, like farewell, freshers. In your schools you celebrate annual day. This is all done twice in a year, thrice in a year, or once in a year. Once in a year. Scholarship will be given to the student once in a year. Alright, is it right or not? You are getting scholarship once in a year. You are celebrating annual day once in a year. Annual means what? 1 year. Alright. So this is a planning for 1 year duration with short term targets. In short term, how many targets you can fulfill, that plan will be made for only 1 year. This is a planning for 1 year duration with short term targets. Then perspective planning is a long term planning of 15 to 25 years and short term plans of 3 to 5 years. 2 points are done. Then centralized, decentralized, mixed economy and capitalism we are going to discuss now. The third point is centralized and decentralized planning. Important decisions are made by the planning authority. Under centralized planning, all the important decisions are made by the planning authority. Freedom of units is there in execution. Alright, then coming to decentralized planning, coordination of units is observed. Now might be you did not understand these two concepts, what is centralized and what is decentralized planning. Let me give you an example. Let us take that I have given you a task that you need to draw a house. Okay, according to your own thinking, I have given you papers, different colors, and your topic is you need to draw a house. Now I have given you a time limit of some 1 hour. So after 1 hour, when I collect your papers, I find different structure of houses in every paper. Like everyone won't be thinking in the same way. A person may draw a 2-storied building. A person may draw a 10 floors building. A person may draw G+1, that is ground floor plus 1 first floor. Or a person, there are few persons who may also draw it something in this manner, right? This is also a house. There are many various types of houses. So if I have given you one topic, everyone got the freedom of thinking. Like whatever you think, you need to put on your paper. That is nothing but centralized planning. Freedom of units in execution. Execution means there is different way of everyone to show. For example, if you all and me collectively got a task to make salad. Okay, salad comprises of cucumber, then carrot, cabbage and variety of vegetables. So we have given some 20 minutes. We have been allotted 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, when there is a time to check how are the different ways of salads we have made. So everyone have made a unique decoration of vegetables. So everyone have got a freedom to think, but in execution everyone is different. Whereas in centralized planning, coordination of units is observed. That means, second case, I have given you one picture of a house. You need to see it and draw it as it is. That is, after 1 hour when I collect your papers, again I will be finding the same drawing which I have showed you on the paper. That means there was coordination of units. Alright, so in centralized planning, freedom of units in execution is given, whereas in decentralized planning, coordination is maintained. Alright, then coming to next one, planning under mixed economy. In a mixed economy, public sector and private sector coexist. That means we are not having only private sector, we are not having only public sector. We have both the sectors are coexisting in our economy. So a good example for a mixed economy is India. We are not only having private, we are having public sectors also. So a mixed economy is an economy where you have public sector as well as private sector. So India is a good example for a mixed economy. So under this, Central Planning Authority prepares a plan. Who will prepare the plan? The Central Planning Authority will prepare a plan and private sector need to comply with it. Comply means to agree. If I allot you some work and you need to accept my work. If I have allotted you, write this topic for 2 times in your book. If you agree to my point, you will write it in your notebooks. Agree means what? Comply. So whatever work I have given, whatever plan I have given, you need to comply with it. In the same way, the Central Planning Authority will prepare a plan and the private sector need to comply with it. The next point, planning under capitalism. Capitalism is driven by market prices. Freedom of enterprise, choice of customers is given. Freedom of enterprise means how much you want you can produce, how much rate you want you can fix. It's up to you. That is nothing but freedom of enterprise. Choice of customers. The customers will also have a choice. If there are 4 shops in front of you, it's your choice which shop you want to visit. Alright, this is what market forces or market prices. Choice of the customers and freedom of enterprise is given under capitalism. So, profit motive and self-interest guide capitalism. Means whenever the person is fixing some price, whenever the seller is fixing one price, he will keep profit motive in his mind. If this market is for 20 rupees, I will sell it 25 rupees by keeping in view 5 rupees are my profit. So, when you have got the freedom, always you will keep in mind your profit motive. Then, choice of the customers. It's depend on self-interest. Like for example, everyone have different favorite colors. If you ask me, I may say you some another color. If I ask one person, she may say red, the next person may say orange, the next person may say blue, some person may also say black. So here, everyone is having their own choice and their own self-interest. So, profit motive and self-interest guide capitalism. Therefore, capitalism and planning can never go together. That means these 2 things cannot be friends anytime. Enemies cannot be friends anytime. In the same way, capitalism and planning can never go together. So, we have discussed nearly 5 types of planning. Let us see what are those. Democratic and authoritarian planning, perspective and annual planning, centralized and decentralized planning, planning under mixed economy and planning under capitalism. So, this topic is completed. Hope you have enjoyed the class and noted down all the topics and all the points in your book, and please try to read it nearly 3 to 4 times after ending this video. Then also please write it in your notebooks for 2 times at least. Then this concept will be much easier for you. See you in the next classes with some more interesting topics. Till that, stay healthy, stay home and never keep practicing. Never stop practicing.